Good morning, babies, and welcome to Simply Stacy, where the joy of the Lord is our strength. Well, this morning I want to talk about the pressures of life. Some of you are just under numerous amounts of pressure in your life today, coming from all ends. You're in warfare on every end, but your foundation is in God. Your foundation is in the Word. Look to God, which cometh your help, because your help cometh from the Lord. Babies, God don't want you stressed out and worrying about the things of this world. He wants you to cast your cares on him, for he cares for you. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to get in your word. Every day from the moment that you wake up, you're in a battle. You're in warfare. Think about the first thought that's on your mind when you wake up. The enemy wants you to have doubt, belief, fear. He don't want you to trust God. He don't want you to walk by faith. He wants you to think that God is not going to do what he said he's going to do. But God is going to do what he promised to do in your life. Sometimes we want things and we want things to work out a certain way. I've had that happen in my own personal life. Sometimes there's things that I was looking for, things that I expected to happen. And I didn't really think about it, but I had a way that I thought it was going to work out. I had a way of thinking about, like, it's going to happen like this, it's going to come like that. But babies, you need to surrender it all to God. Relax in God. And how you're going to do that is get your word. Stand on your word, knowing that God is going to take care of you. Things don't always happen the way we think they're going to happen. But what you need to do, and what I learned to do, is to know the Spirit of God. Know his ways, know his traits. So that when your blessing come and when things manifest in your life, you will know that it is God, because you will see his seal on it. You will see his traces in it. You will know the spirit behind it. Because a lot of us get confused with, is this God or is this the enemy? You don't know if you're hearing God's voice. You don't know if you're hearing your voice. You don't know if you're hearing the enemy's voice. And a lot of that is because the enemy has you blinded. But I pray today that the scales of ignorance come off your eyes, that you be able to learn and understand God and his ways and his principles, so that you'll know the difference between God and the enemy. You'll know the difference between you want what you want and knowing that it's what God wants for you. That you allow God to do what he wants to do in your life. That he wants to release the pressures off of you. And don't get weary in your well doing. I constantly say this in my videos, because if you don't get weary in your well doing, in due season you shall reap. God didn't put these scriptures in here just for you to read and just to quote when it sounds good. He wants you to apply them to your life. When the enemy came to tempt Jesus, what he said? It is written, it is written, it is written. He quoted the word back at him. So babies, use your word. That's your weapon. That's your sword. The enemy cannot touch you as long as you use your word. Babies, I love you, and so does God. I don't care what is going on in your life today. I don't care what pressures that is going on in your life right now. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Stand on God, who is your rock. Stand on your word. Use your sword, which is your word. Use your weapons, not your corner weapons. And don't allow the devil to have you thinking that God ain't going to do what he said he's going to do. He shall do what he promised he's going to do. Don't faint, babies. Don't get weary, because in due season you shall reap. Love you, babies. Mwah. Smooches, sugar wookers.